Hello everybody, this is Mac and we are going to do some unions and intersections. This one right here is version C. I've done two other versions, A and B, and if you haven't found them or the video of me teaching this, you can find them on maxtutorials.com, macstutorials.com, and that would be a great place for you to get help with anything that you need in algebra. Now, A had problems that looked like number 1, B had problems that looked like number 2, and this one just mixes them up, okay? So now on number 1, we just have a set of numbers. Now, if it's an upside down U, that's the intersection, which means that they have to be present in both of these. So let's see what happens. So is 1 present in both? No, no friends. How about 2? No, no friends. How about 3? Look at that. 3 is involved in both of them, so that's part of the intersection. 4 is also in both of them, so that's part of the intersection. Once I don't have any numbers left on the left, I'm done, okay? Because I know that 5 and 6 won't have anything because I'm out of numbers, okay? Number 2 works best if you do a number line. And so on this one, I'm going to go in red right here, this one. I'm going to do a -4, and I'm going to put a dot there, okay, because of the bracket. And then that's going to go to 3, which I'll put right here, and that's also going to have a dot because of the bracket. And then I'm going to shade there, but I'm going to write the shading right there, and I'll show you why in a minute. Now, on the next one, I'm going to use a different color. And I'm going to start at -1, which would be right about here, and that's also going to be a hole. And this one goes to 6, which is right about here, which would have a hole. And these would shade in between. If you look right there, that is the point of intersection. So my final answer on this one would be a hole at -1 and a bracket at 3. Okay, and that's the point of intersection. Number 3, we have a union between -infinity and 5 and 3 and 10. Well, I can show you right now that this one would be here, and I'll just put a 5 right here with a hole, okay? This one starts at 3 with a hole and goes to 10 with that. So now this one goes all the way there. This one goes all the way here. It doesn't matter if it only happens once or twice. If it was intersection, it would be the answer. Oops, sorry about that. It would be the answer right, in here if it was intersection. But it's not. It's union. So we want the whole thing. So this thing goes all the way to -infinity. Take a look at all this down there. And where does it stop? It stops at 10, okay, again, as a whole. So that's how you would do this one. Again, writing the number lines does help. Now this next one is just a set of numbers, and it's an intersection. So we're looking for it to be written twice. So 10, does he have a friend? It's right there, okay? Now we have 12. Does 12 have a friend? No. Does 14 have a friend? Yeah, he does, right there. Okay, now I'm out of numbers on the left, so I can't have any more intersection, and that's my answer. All right, let's do the next one. It's the union between these. And again, really good to have a line. So I'm going to call this 0, okay, and that's going to be a dot. And then I'm going to have 7, which is also going to be a dot, and boom. Okay, now this is a union. We've done these with intersections before, okay? So now let me take this fun thing and let me make it blue now. And this starts at a hole at 7, okay? And this goes to 12 as a dot. And this goes basically here, all right? So now they union together. So does 7 count? Yeah, it does, because 7 counts on the red, even though it doesn't count on the blue. 7 does count. So everything in between would be the union of this. So the union would be 0 with a bracket, and it would go to 12 with the bracket, okay? Number 6, we just have a set of numbers, and it's an intersection, okay? So here's 9. 9 needs a friend because it's an intersection, and he does have a friend. 11 needs a friend. He didn't have one, so he didn't get to go. 13, does he have a friend? Yeah, right there. So that's the intersection. They're shown in both. Number 7, let's go ahead and do a graph on this one. Let me put a hole at -5, and let's put a hole at 3. That, and then this would shade in between, okay? Now let me do a blue one. This one right here would be a dot at 1, and this would be a hole at 8. And this would shade right here. So what's the intersection? It's right there. Okay, and I was bad. I didn't write a hole right there. I should have written a hole. So the answer to this one would be a dot. I'm not writing a dot. It would be a bracket at 1 and a hole at 3. All right. I got 3 more. Hang in there. We're going to have a union right here. And we're going to get, we just got to include everybody. So we're going to include 0. The next lowest number I see is 2. The next lowest number I see is 4. It's written twice, but I only need to write them once. I want to include the 6. It's written twice, but I only need to write them once. And then I have an 8. And then I have a 10. My dog is sneezing. You okay there, Samson? All right. There you go. He just wants me to pet a little bit. There you go. All right. Let's go on to number 9. Again, when they're written like in the interval notation, it's always best if you write a graph first. So I'm going to start on 2, and I'm going to do a dot at 2, and I'm going to go to 9 with a hole. And then the shading is going to go that way. Now I'm just going to take another color pen, and I'm going to start at 5 with a dot, and this is going to go to 12 with a dot, 5 and 12, and that's going to shade in there. Where do they intersect? Right there. And that would be a dot at 5, which I write with a bracket, and that would be a hole at 9, which I'm going to write with a parenthesis. And the last one, number 10, this is a union, so I just want to include everybody. So I'm just going to look at both and just cross them out as I go. The lowest number I see is 1, and then I see a 3, written twice, but I only write once. Next thing I see is a 5. Next thing I see is a 6. Oh, wow, Samson got up. He's walking around. And then I have a number 7. I think he's hungry. And then I have 2 9s, and I have a bracket, and I'm done with the video, which means that I can go feed Samson. So thank you, everybody, for coming here and checking out this video. Again, I have an answer key down here, but you can take a look at the work that I did right here. I hope you feel really comfortable with unions and intersections now that we've done them, and I'll see you on the next section. Keep working hard.